Hey, rise and grind. Link. Link. Oh shit, what do we got here? You see that? I didn't even have my hand on the keyboard. Um, good GG. I hope the stream caught that. Hey, good morning everybody. Rise and grind. Ah, that was fun. What's going on? Alright, we're just gonna start over here. Thought I saw a little Nomi running by. Ooh. I just missed it, huh? Well, I was in time for the I was in time for some of it. Ah. Sip of the coffee. A bit of the Pilfered Platinum. If only I was a couple minutes earlier, I might have got the golem too. But it's all right. We got the timer, right? 22 minutes, 6:22 a.m. We got a golem. All right. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. How's everybody doing today? Let's see what kind of goodies are on the corpse. I don't think much. You know, who's gonna leave items on a corpse? I did get 2 wands last time I popped in. Well, I got 1 wand, and then the next repop, I got another wand immediately thereafter. And yes, I'm in here PvPing with like 300 plat on me. Now I got more. Anyways. Not every day we get a little bit of action first thing in the stream, right? Anyways. How's everybody doing? Alright, give me the loot. Give me the loot. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think there was gonna be no wand on that thing, but anyways, let's see what else we see in here. Switch 2, what's going on? It was the greatest start to a rise and grind ever. Right? I'm over here holding the coffee mug. I'm like, hey, cheers, hey, cheers. I see a gnome run by, so I just target, harm touch, rise of the grind day already, and I got a yellow text within a second of starting the stream. It was awesome. Maybe not 1 second, but it was pretty early. Too easy, Swish. The unfortunate thing is I just missed the steel golem. The steel golem corpse is a couple feet away from the gnome corpse, you know what I mean? But it had gloves on it. So maybe it was a double loot. Maybe it was a gloves plus wand. Maybe it was just a gloves. Who knows? Maybe it was a double gloves and they only had time to loot one. You hope to see a clip of it? I'll definitely clip it because I think it was hilarious. I had the... It just happened. Swish, it happened like a minute ago. Or 3 minutes ago, maybe. He's still online. No LNS called yet. I don't know. I don't like to corpse camp people, but listen, I already said I'm over here farming wands today. I can't abide some you know, intruder on my farm. You know, your timing was almost good. Swish, your timing is perfect because I'll tell you what. Once it gets clipped, which will be after the stream or whatever, unless somebody caught it live, but it was so early, I doubt it. You know what I mean? I'll link you it. I'll link you it. Maybe I'll do like a vertical crop of it, add some music. You know, it's been a while. I haven't had any good freaking yellow text in a minute. Not that that was honestly the only thing good about this one was just how silly it was. Is like one-handed with the coffee cup. one shot, you know? That's maybe not the best, but it's still fun. Memorable. Right? You're out of here. Anyways, yeah, we're just gonna start over here. I'm feeling good. I'm off to a good start today. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna drop my coin off. Straight up. Straight up. I came here with too much coin. I'm encumbered with it. Um, Drop that off, come right back. In time for the next pop, even. That's what I'm hoping. And if that gnome finds his corpse while I'm gone, hey, Brad bless, you know? That's the way I would do it. Sneak in. Sneak in on the off time. I don't know though. If you're a, I say rogue. He was some sort of gnome. I really don't know what he was. I fought him the other day. He didn't plug. I thought he plugged. He zoned so much faster than me that he zoned out and back in while I was waiting on the outside. That was, that's on me. That's on me. So he camped out. Because when I was like, maybe he's inside. Let me check. I checked, but he wasn't at the zone line. Then he exited. I was like, oh, well played, well played. So I don't actually know what class yet. I don't. Oh, you know what? I looked at his corpse. He's a rogue. I have too much coin. It's not all from that guy. Just a small amount. Most of it's from the bounty of Guck. We were down in there doing a little grind. A little short grind session down in Guck, Sunday Swamp Tackler Splash Fest. Okay, fine. It was a full shift. We did a real big grind. The Pixel Factory. It was good. Guck provides, we were getting adamantite epilots. We were getting black pearls, emeralds, gargoyle eyes, all the. Look at this 3 epilots over here. That's big money. Hogpig says he just shattered the lid of the coffee creamer. Oh man, those things are weak. Or you're too strong. Right, that could be it. You might just be too strong. Hey Goblin, what's going on? How you doing today this morning? We're just getting started over here. Cheers. Think. Got the coffee. So you've been waiting 7 hours. Oh man. Well, hey, no better time than the present. I'm right on time. 6 a.m. sharp. East Coast USA. I'll be here for a couple hours. Doing a little rise and grind thing. This is to set the tone. This is to set the scene. Lay a foundation. The foundation's the most important part, right? I'm here for that foundation for the day, right? Plant it. Let's drop coin. And I don't need arrows. I got a couple wands. If anything, I might drop a wand off. Keep more room for more. No, it's alright. I'll keep the wand on. I'll just start dropping stacks of arrows if I need more wands. Only 3 more rise and grinds of 2025. Swish, that sounds believable. That sounds real potentially. Yes, you're correct, because next Thursday after that will be January 1st. So yeah, 3 more rise and grinds of 2025. And then we can all together come to a conclusion for 2026. You know what I'm saying? We can talk 2026 schedules. I'm thinking about maybe mixing it up. Did a whole year very consistently like this, right? What better time to change it up after a whole year? It's actually been more than a year. I just wasn't, counting them sequentially. It actually, if anybody remembers, I wasn't even counting them in the beginning of this year, I don't think. Maybe I was. Maybe I was. We're getting one on Christmas Day. That's Thursday. Hey, I'll be here. Rise and grind and then go open some presents. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it. Set the tone. Dig the foundation. Yeah, I didn't listen. I haven't come this far this year to start getting wishy-washy on what date is what now. You know what I mean? We'll do it big. All right. I definitely want to sell these stupid gloves because I'm sick of leaving the corpse. Right? I had to leave the corpse with some gloves on it before, and I feel like you're giving away the timer when you do that. You know? People see that corpse. They're like, okay, yeah, it's gloves, but they're getting a little knowledge for free. Even if they don't take the gloves. Yeah, 2 weeks, Goblin, huh? Yeah, I can't wait. I love to grind on something new, something fresh. Anyway, I gotta rush back. I got like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get back there. Ooh, hold on. Too much junk on me. Drop off the junk. Gator leggings. Sorry, you junk. No. Gator leggings are great. They're not junk. I'm being funny. What's this one? Silver plated bracer. What a classic. You're working on the launcher today. Hey, nice. Hey Goblin. I got a question for you. If you don't, you know what, you don't have to answer right now. But if you do want to answer right now, I would love to read it right now. Is it part of EQ Emu, or is it a separate project? Passion project, obviously. That part I'm not sure about. I'm down either way. You know, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, or at the very least to give it my all. You know? But as a, I'm a curious guy. I'm a curious troll, acquiring trolls. Want to know. Um, Passion. What if they planned on how EQ was meant for PvP from the beginning? Yeah, I mean that's a sure. Passion project is the keywords. You know, I know it's a passion project. You know it's a passion project. Everybody knows it's a passion project as long as you don't, if you're not having buy buy our bucks EQ Mac client. Interesting. Um, I think we can all agree, regardless of THJ's timing, right? Like we know THJ's timing rubbed Daybreak the wrong way. It was not good for their release. But regardless of the timing, I think the real big flying too close to the sun moment is the pay to win shit, right? In THJ. I think if they didn't have that, um, there might have been an amicable path forwards, and it seems like they maybe even had a chance. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can only see the press releases and the lawyer statements and the back and forth in that regard. But it seems like THJ had a chance to play ball at one point or another, and chose violence in form of court litigation. Time will still have to tell whether that was the right or the wrong move. You know my feelings on it. A lot of people dislike it, but a lot more like it. You can do so much more to fix things. You don't have even donations or anything. There you go. It's clearly a passion project when you go about it like that. 1327. You think that's the best tradable rogue main hander? Really? 1327. Huh. I mean, I know you want big damage for the backstab. I feel like I've seen other 13 damage weapons. Oh. You say tradable. Maybe I'm thinking of something, no trade or something. I don't know. Seems good, though. Seems like a solid little poker. Sally Dagger's better. Yeah, okay. Sleeper Tomb loot doesn't count. Need a king skeleton. Had to do it to him. Anyways, we're just getting started over here. As stated previously, I'm not here to corpse camp anybody. I'm here to farm. If I have to keep my farm secure, you know, obviously I will do what I have to do. But it's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm about. Go inside. You know what? One thing I don't care for, I'll tell you guys right now, well adjusted is you know, full size, troll size. I gotta duck through doorways in this zone. I gotta squeeze through narrow path. You know what I mean? It's like you ever see anything about like cave diving disasters? That's what I think about when I'm doing this stuff. As a troll in this zone, you know what I mean? Like it's nutty putty. It's the blue hole. You know, it's like past this sign, there's nothing worth dying for moment. You know what I'm saying? Like nutty putty mention. Um, that's what I think about. Well, at least Nui has Skelly form. You know what I'm saying? And Chewy had Dark Elf form. I could squeeze around, get through, do what I got to do. Without feeling it. Hey, nutty putty guy, you're in over your head. Oh, too soon. Too soon. It's got Goblin says you think the cave dive people are idiots. So here's the thing. It's like it's some sort of like adrenaline addiction, I think. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like skydiving. Like you're doing something clearly dangerous and you know it. You know it, but that's why you're doing it, right? Like they've gone too far, right? It probably started with something smaller than that. You have a skydiver friend from college, dude is nuts. Yeah, you have to be. Because I feel like if you know, if you have that life preservation you know, drive within you, like most living vertebrates or whatever. Um I don't know. Some people are just built different, right? Like look at firefighters. The instinct, right? The primal urge is to run away from the burning building, right? To flee it. That's like deep within. You don't need to think about that. That's automatic. But like these guys, you know, like they go in. That's when they're like, "Oh hell yeah, this is my kind of party. You're going in this stuff." You got one life. Use it. Don't get stuck in a cave underwater. St. Mario. Yeah, for real. They save people also. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. My point is you got to be built different to do that. You know, big respect. Big respect to the firefighters out there. Um because that's if Arnotron you're like that, you have to hold yourself back because you'll always run into danger. I've heard that about you. I've definitely heard that. Um yeah, we're just getting started over here. We gotta pop in a couple minutes. I just wanted to make sure things are looking secure out here, right? Don't want to get snuck up on. Don't want to get snuck up on. You never know. Things can change in a moment over here. And 1 second you could be like trying to raise your mug to cheers like this, be like clash, clack, rise and grind. You know what I mean? It's that time we're drinking we're sipping our coffee, and it's like whoa, whoa, is that PvP? Target kill. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like that. Anyways, um, I don't want to be that target getting one hand killed by somebody sipping coffee, logging in this morning. I gotta keep my head on a swivel. We got 1 minute till pop, thereabouts, right? I just do things the old-fashioned way, right? I know what the timer is, and I jot it down, and then when I get close to the time, I'm like, oh, I gotta go do that. I don't have like an actual physical timer set. I don't have like what's that third-party nonsense people use? Gina. There's no Gina telling me what to do. You know what I mean? We're doing this the old-fashioned way. We're doing it the way Brad intended. It doesn't make the way I do it any better, but I'm just saying it's the way I'm doing it. It's classic. I'm here to do it classic. Let's see what we see. Any second now. According to my timer, it's up now. You installed Pig Parse the other day. It does the same audio cues as Gina. See, it's like some the kind of shit I would never use, you know? No offense. No offense to the users. But I'm here for classic. Classic EQ. And that type of shit sounds more like Gates of Discord, Omens of War type EQ. You know what I mean? Talking a whole nother era. Anyways. This thing has been fruitful. You don't use it for the alerts, but you do use the DPS meter. Hey, EverQuest enjoyers, enjoy EverQuest. That's what I say, you know? Like I said, you won't catch me doing that. Because it ain't classic, and I don't know if I care. You know? I can see my DPS, okay. Does it boost my DPS? No, it's just I don't know. That's just me. Technically classic just reads logs, yeah. Same with the maps, right? Same with the maps. You could just read your log and have maps. So do that, you know? Where does it end? It's a slippery slope. I'm not trying to get on my soapbox. I'm not trying to look down my nose or any of that stuff. So I'm just here to get immersed in the world of Norath, you know? And I will, and oh shit. It did the thing! It did the thing! It warped! I hate it when these fucking warp. Oh my god, where'd it go? Oh, I'm fucked. It went like through the ceiling somewhere. Never finding this. He's gone. Oh, there he is. Woo! Gone forever. I should have just snared it earlier, you know what I mean? I'm capable. 646. Oh, double wand, oh baby. Oh baby. Now what? We gotta kill 20 minutes. Yeah, this is good for everybody. Good for the family. Right? We could all enjoy some wands. Feels good. Feels good. Let's go peek outside. A little peek. A little peek. do you think? I think we let this guy get his corpse, you know? And then next pop, we'll see what happens. Silent move. Making a small but silent move. Moving in silence. Nobody knows what's about to happen. Between you and me, I'm gonna pick up my friend Fardotron. Needs a ride. I don't know where. I don't know where he needs a ride. But I'll do it. I'm capable. I'm able. I'm up early. This is the time. Logistics quest. You got to move something. You got to get something somewhere. Get somebody somewhere. Let's go. You need a heal? You need a buff? Let's do it. You want some J boots? Okay. We got to talk to Hasten Bootstrutter about that. It's not up to me, but you know what I'm saying. Like this could be the time. Let's get in. Get back in. Get back immersed in the world. All right. Ugh, you're asking a lot right now, Hot. Not even gonna lie. I got you though. I got you though. Just don't make me miss my pop. That's all I ask. Hammer out of here. Yes. Didn't really want to fight this guy. Brand's like, I wouldn't want to fight me either. Okay. I got that from Chilogan, the Orc Pawn. Alright. Hello. Better have the CS tooth, I swear to God. You need help track. No, you ain't getting help tracking anybody. I don't go to WW. You can get an evac through. I ain't druid track. Who you think I am? A ranger? Come on, come on. I don't even have bat wings to levitate myself. All right, I have to yeet myself off a cliff. Give you this evac. So let's just. A light eat. Well, that no res necessary character's back online. That's interesting. That's fucking interesting. I think that was the one that was swimming, right? One of them was working on swimming somewhere. Me and Chilogan ran around for a bit, for a long bit, looking in Iceclad. It's a big zone. Iceclad is a big zone. If somebody doesn't want to be found in Iceclad, they got a good chance. I think they were out deep in the water. But maybe they were watching the stream and just kind of like switching islands based on what island we were checking. I don't know. We ran around a little bit. It would have. I was just looking for some action. That's it. Let's see. I do love me some swimming. It's the cave, right? Shit. There we go. All right. Like I said, I'm always happy to help. Look at how far I will go to help. This is about the maximum. Any more than this, you know what I mean? I might direct you to finding some help elsewhere. I'm just kidding. This is fine. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta go outside for that, right? I would have to assume. If I get killed by some dragon that's here at the zone line, I'm gonna be so mad. I like don't enjoy this zone. I don't like Velius, straight up. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't like Velius. You know, Kunark's all right. Velius, nah. I'd rather not. Says zone line's always safe here unless someone trains it. Well, someone must train it a lot because it's like never safe here. I swear. Usually something like rooted on the zone line. Um, at least in my experience. Oh my god, who's this fucking guy? I don't have the mana to play with you. Anyways, let's mat up. Mat up. They think I'm gonna throw my 1-0 record this morning. No, keeping that KDA a million. Anyways, let's get geared up over here. How's everybody doing? I'm just getting started. It's an exciting morning so far for a Thursday rise and grind. I think so anyway. Hmm. I see another player online. No, I don't. My favorite part of playing Druid, the long med break, right? This is why they get what was that one? Mask of the Hunter, Hot G. There are tricks, tips, and benefits, but I don't have those. I'm just a little guy. I'm level 40 or 56. Working on it. Okay. Where were we? That. And this is kind of like my flex spot. I don't know what I'll put there right now. Maybe I'll get a damage shield on. How about that? It's nice. Or have the potential to put a damage shield on. Anyway, let's get a little more mana. I'm in no particular rush this morning. Like, I know my timer, you know? I know what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. I'm chilling. Just hanging out, rising and grinding, you know what I mean? Gotta get immersed in the world of Norath, for real, right? I think the best way to do that, get in the water, swim around, splash around, swamp, perfect place. Speaking of the swamp, I have Discord. I'm not gonna plug the Discord too hard right now because I'm figuring if you're here right now, you already know about the Discord. But just in case you didn't know, you're new here, whatever, check it out. That's your personal invitation. Come on in, be a champion. The way to do it. 50% mana, good start. I said I didn't have Batwings, and I was hoping I was joking, but I was dead ass serious. No Batwings. No Batwings. Gonna refill the coffee. I'll be right back. Let's make a silent move. Nobody knows. Nobody knows I'm filling the coffee, medding the druid, alright? That's between me and you. I'll be right back. Hey, cheers. Think. Spider-Man mug coming at you. Rise and grind. Back at it. Oh boy, we got a couple minutes here. Without further ado, get right back into it. I'm a couple minutes early. Who would suspect an early Chewy? Usually I'm right on time, you know? I'm well adjusted for this grind. Ryohan TV, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Caffeinating. I'm alone in the zone, but I'm a little early. I'm gonna check something out while I'm early. I'm gonna take a little peek. I already peeked over here. I left the placeholder up. Listen, not to give away too many of my secrets in one stream, all right? But between me and you, I don't like to farm two of these at once. You know, in theory it's great, and in a real dark day where there's nobody online, sure. You know, if you're the only one, by all means farm both. But if this camp's under, you know, the zone's being contested, you're spreading yourself a little thin, I think. You know, that's just me. So I'd rather just focus on one, grind it up, and stay ready, you know? It's commitment to the bit. But, you know, that's just how I do it. Maybe this other guy is like, I can hold down two camps at once. I won't just be popping names for Chewy to steal, you know? You could think that. Get my 60 warrior, demolish him. I got a 60 Shadow Knight, 55 warrior. This one's another Shadow Knight. Okay. So there's a placeholder up. We're just gonna leave that. This zone is contested. It might be me right now alone in the zone, but we gotta pop in 3 minutes, and I bet somebody pops in on me, right? Try to turn the tables. I popped in on them, and they're gonna pop in on me. Just how it goes. The circle of life. EverQuest, baby. We're just getting started. Fact. Let's see. Cave diving. It's risky. It's risky business. Cave diving. You know? Yeah. You think it's you? It could be. I don't know. You might notice my harm touch is down. I used my harm touch this morning. I was trying to I was trying to start the stream the way I always start it, with the coffee mug in hand, ready to clink it with you, you know? Anybody up and caffeinating this morning, ready for their cheers, you know? And I see, see a little gnome running by me. So I target him and I harm touch him and I loot him up. Great. Yeah, you have a chance. Harm touch down. That's the thing. Like, I gotta keep my head on a freaking swivel big time. Because, I'm a little large for this zone. I was bitching about this earlier, but like, you know, these caves are a little tight. Got another minute. Look, don't tell the other guy the timer, alright? This is my timer. We got back-to-back pops, right? Except he got the first one. I logged in time to see him flee in the scene and kill him. But he got the first one. I got the second one and it dropped 2 wands. That's right. The bonus is still going on. I don't know what's up with this bonus. It's December 4th. You know, like is this the Christmas bonus now? Or are we just like keeping the holiday spirit alive? I'm down. I'm into it. I'm just wondering, what's the deal? Anyway, alone in the zone. We got a pop coming very soon. If it ain't broke, it's pretty broke. Ryohan, it's crazy. You probably got to enjoy some Gargoyle Eye. Or Gargoyle. I've been enjoying Gargoyle Eye. You've probably been enjoying the Knoll Fangs, right? Getting a couple extras here and there. That's nice. The Gargoyle Eyes for me have been, it's killer. Kill a gargoyle, get like 3 eyes. They're easy. Champion, huh? You finished Tuesday, now you're leveling Mistmore. Hey, grats. Big grats. See here. I'm still alone in the zone. I was in here with a lot of plat on me too, which was admittedly reckless. I came here. I was so excited to come here that I didn't stop to think to bank first. I came with like the whole Guck grind purse. You know what I mean? That whole Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest we did with the bonus loot in Guck. I took it all with me. It's okay. I since have gone and deposited it along with the plat I got from the other guy. His corpse was right over here, so we know he got his corpse. We know he logged out inside, right? We don't know he logged out inside, but we're pretty sure he logged out inside. Maybe we see them again. Maybe we don't. Harm touch is down this time, and you know, it might not be the same situation. All right, got my timer. Lurk around here a sec. See if they pop in a little late. Chilling. I should be meting my druid after this guy's full HP, full mana. Maybe we go back. You know, nobody knows. Between me and you, might med the druid just to stay ready. Only 63 MR. It's true. It's true. You know my weakness. As long as, listen, as long as I don't telegraph my moves and let people know where I'm going ahead of time and stuff like that, I won't put myself in a situation. You know, as long as we keep these moves silent between me and you. You know? Harm Touch will be back up. That's the thing about Harm Touch. I think we probably got another, yeah, about a half hour. Half hour on Harm Touch. Clock's ticking, you know? With that in mind, maybe I should stay on the Shadow Knight, not camp back over the Druid. Perhaps. There is one other little camp in the zone that I sometimes check, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what my swimming skills at before I do that. You know what? Let's work on swimming. Nothing wrong with that. This is like classic cool behavior. Especially in the PvP server. You don't want to be whacking and swimming. Give you 30 minutes to get 31 more levels. Hey, you know what? I bet my Harm Touch will be down again in the future. You don't gotta. There's no rush. There's no rush, Ryohan. I'm not going anywhere, you know? I will continue blowing Harm Touch on stream every opportunity I get. You know, that's a promise. As long as I'm able, I'll be doing it. No swimming skill ups there. Yet. Now it almost feels like one of those dark mornings where I can farm 2 camps at once in here. Said you're spreading yourself too thin if it's contested, but I don't know. I really thought I was gonna get contest during that pop. Maybe if it was the named, you know? I always assume the worst, right? I figure if I'm running into somebody in this game and I'm streaming, I just assume they're watching the stream, right? What am I farming for? I'm farming for double wands, baby. Golem wands. They remove 4 buffs or 4 effects, right? It's like hummus on crack, but they're not rechargeable. So you got to come here straight to the source, you know. Got to pry him out of the golem's cold steel hands. Worth it. Worth it. But like I was saying, I just assume they're watching. So you know what I mean? Like, if it's a placeholder, I assume they see that and then they choose not to, right? We can't count it out yet. The stakes are just too low. Anyway, I did mark the timer. I know what the timer is. I don't need to sit here and stare at it. Not yet, anyway. It's a very handy wand. I especially like putting them on bards because you know, bards can run and gun. You don't need to stand still to channel it. But listen, anybody needs a wand. My Shadow Knights need wands. My Druid needs wands. The Bard definitely needs wands. My friends need wands. My enemies need wands, but I'm not trying to let them get any. But keep it Looking. I feel like there's hardly a better spot to be during a boosted loot event, honestly. Like maybe you could make some arguments for like this or that, you know, good drop. But like as far as repeatable, farmable, um, not lore, consumable, yeah, this is the spot for sure. I would say it'd be a good time to farm shiny brass idols too, but they're lore. So like getting a double shiny brass idol drop is kind of a pain in the ass. Like you could run mules there ahead of time. You can do this or that. Try to corpse these things or stuff like that. It's just like ugh, kind of a pain. I'd almost rather farm shiny brass idol any day but bonus loot day. Anyways. The golem also drops Raven Scale gloves, correct? Yes. This golem drops the gloves. It used to be Rubicite, right? In the legacy days, it's that beautiful red red plate. I called it plat. That beautiful red plate, the Rubicite, gets removed from the game, or the drop gets removed and replaced with Raven Scale, the rogue only stuff, which is nice. It's the stats are better on Raven Scale for the most part, right? Maybe not the BP, right? Rubicite BP got the +1 regen, which is cool. Why'd they get rid of it? Too OP? Yeah, I guess. Too OP. Just one of those things that if you were here early enough to get it, got some stuff that's really cool and now valuable, and if you weren't, then womp womp, it sucks. They don't care. I wish I still had all my old Rubicite. I had old Rubicite on my old band account. I had plenty of cool legacy items on that account. I'm not crashing out about it. No, no, no. I'm over it. I'm better than ever. Anyways, let's see what we see in here. This is kind of more of a tough spot. More casters casting. Healers healing. You know what I mean? It's like annoying. What's all these stupid doorways to duck through? It's like not ideal for me. In fact, you'll usually see me farm this on my bard because that whole like you spread yourself too thin rule goes out the window with the bard. I'll farm both of these plus another one plus 2 other zones because it's bards are just built different. I guess it's not so bad as long as you can interrupt them. That's 2 bashes in a row I missed on this. So he's, pretty successfully healing him. There we go. Bash him. Gonna get heals from other guys too. Like they just stay alive too long. It's just very annoying. Thank God. Alright, so I know the timer for this one. I would say overall though, Rubicite, like, I wouldn't say it's too OP. I would say maybe the BP having regen, it's a little weird because it's so easy to get in comparison to, you know, other stuff with regen. But like the overall, no, not too cool looking though. And then therefore becomes very special. So next time they do a new server, make sure you go get yourself some Ruby before it's too late. You can be the coolest. I forget what server it was. It was like the drug box, with the no bards. No bards allowed drug box. I always forget the name of it. Remember this one? They had Rubicite just be a zone-wide drop. It didn't drop off of the names. It dropped off like whatever. That was interesting. You like the Raven scale? It's nice. If you can wear it, it's very cool. I gotta get this guy a new FBSS, to be honest. I gave away my FBSS to the winner of the Palindrome Name Contest for the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025, number 33, which, you know, if you know anything about Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025 math, you will know 33 was quite a while ago, right? We're on like the late 40s by now. So it's been like months, and I just have not gotten a new FBSS yet. I was like, oh, I'll get a new one so fast. It hasn't happened. You got a rogue level in the background. Raven skills the armor set you're aiming for. Nice, yeah. Hey, if you're trying to get it yourself, I respect it. More power to you. If you want a little, you know, head start on it, I got a couple pieces in the bank. I did just destroy a pair of gloves that was in my bank, but that was so I could loot a new pair. Because as it stands, if I see the gloves, I got to leave it on the corpse, and then anybody else who sees the corpse knows the timer. So I'm just trying to make cleaner moves going forwards because yeah, left a couple timer corpses laying around until I went to the bank. Anyways. Oh, they vendor for like 2 plat, so like I don't, you know, I'm not gonna shake you down, you know. If you want to give me a couple plat for it, sure. Otherwise, like I'll just give them to you. You know, it's not a big deal. All right, we got honestly still a few more minutes. I'm like over here very anxious, very ready to lay the smack down on this pop when it pops, or anything else that comes my way in between. But I think I gotta chill for a sec. I gotta like, you know, pump the brakes. Still got no rush here. You're happy to hit tip 20 plat from your monks? Sure. Hey, perfect. Works for me, you know? Pretty prosperous. I think we could both be happy. You know? Definitely get that going. I think I got the gloves on this guy's bank. I probably even have more bits laying around if I really dig. I spend a lot of time in this zone, to be honest. Just because the implication. You know? Swimming. I haven't gotten a single swimming skill up this morning, but just gotta keep trying. What would Fippy Darklaw do? You know? Let's see here. Let's see. Ryohan, is that you? I see somebody dinging. There's somebody between 2 and 20. Not a rogue. Not a monk. You're working at the moment, you don't have time to play. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you tuning in at work. Or, you know, before work or whatever. Like, this is the foundation for the day. We're building this. We're building this day upon EverQuest bricks, right? A nice slurry of EQ cement. This is sturdy. This is deep. You know? We got a couple more minutes. Couple minutes to swim. Well, let's see what we see. I said it could very well still be contested. I still believe that. Might see a little PvP this morning. Again. Not okay. Calling what happened earlier PvP would be glazing it. Am I swimming max level? Not yet. Not yet. Not on this guy. It should be, but it's not. So let's work on it. I'm at 167. Actually, quite a bit to go. A lot of my guys got max swimming. This one's still working on it. With a name like Well Adjusted, I better get my swimming up, you know? That goes without saying. Well adjusted for that water life, you know? Anyway, we probably got a pop very soon. Don't tell the other guy. Don't tell that gnome. I'm very excited. I would say it's honestly any second now. I think I just heard Chester snore behind me somewhere. I just heard a little snort. My little orange cat. He's a silly guy. I was taking a shower this morning before the stream, and I heard the door bust open. The bathroom door. Of course it was him. The door was fully closed. I've said it before. He's a machine using cat. A simple machine, right? You ever hear of a wedge? He's got a wedge head. He will wedge his head in the door, between the door and the door frame, and then the door will just have to pop open because it's been wedged, you know? He is a simple machine. What do we get? What do we get? According to my timer, we have a pop within a minute. Or thereabouts. All right. Did we get him? Did we get him? Where is it? Nothing yet. Ah, come on. Any second. The suspense is killing me. Is it going to be another golem? Going to be another lizard? You know? My money is on lizard. Right? I would love for it to be a golem. I'd love for it to drop a wand and the gloves. You know? Give the gloves to Ryoham. Or, sorry. Sell Ryoham the gloves, right? Big gains, profits. You know? Oh, shit. We got a lizard. It's a lizard. Did the yellow text loot and scoop? He looted. I think he camped out inside. He never called it, and I didn't corpse camp him or anything. You know, kept it friendly. I instead ported Fardotron. You know, and he took that time to get the corpse, log out. You know, Brad bless. Alright, fine. I'll take off the weight again. So it was fun. It was silly. It was silly to use. I think he's camped out probably in this very hallway. Anything could happen to the dude. It's good to see you. Hey, cheers. I got the Spider-Man mug. Clink. Let's see what we see. I gotta mark down the time. We're on a tight ship around here. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to miss Pop. Alright, let's go see what we see outside. You say Stormfeather's been pretty elusive lately, huh? Ooh, that, you know what? Honestly, that's a good sign for a healthy server. I would say if you find Stormfeather up all the time, shit's dead, right? If Stormfeather's down, thriving. Thriving, right? Because it's not just about nobody's playing, so nobody's killing Stormfeather. No. You can still have people playing and nobody killing Stormfeather, and I'm going to say that's pretty dead. People killing Stormfeather means they're making, you know, it's either new players or they're making alts or whatever. There's signs of life, you know, there's new eye patches in the works. That's a lively thing. Folks are after it, yeah. Lively thing. Brad bless that. Love this game. Eye Patch of Plunder on Red server is gonna do they left up Stalker, but it's not now. Gotcha. Yeah, I need. Hey, next time you see a Stalker, I need Stalker. Muffin chat. You hope I got lots of muffins. Listen, friendship ended with Muffin. Iron Ration's my new best friend. I got a regular ration. I used to have a lot of muffins in the bag until they patched it. All right. How you doing, Muffin chat? It's good to see you. I like your name. I think muffins are a great breakfast food. And listen, it's the rise and grind Thursday morning, right? Every Thursday, get up early. You just carry double the muffins as before. I can't do it. I can't afford that kind of space. I gotta keep my pumice top slot. I gotta keep my weighted axe handy. You know what I mean? Honestly, I wish I could get rid of this bag so I can keep my J boots. Poor Nuffins got nerfed. They were too OP. Yeah. I tried to make a silly post about it to post in the well, I guess I did post it. I posted on Discord and I posted it on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. But I wanted to share it to the P99 group on Facebook. There's two P99 groups, and I thought one of the two might like it. I was going to share it to both, and neither one of them approved it because neither one of them seemed to be approving posts anymore. It's just all AI slop now. You have to be an AI slop account, and then you could slop it up. If you're a real person, steer clear. You want to know what you've been up to today? I do. What have you been up to, Muffin Chat? Regale me, please. Hey, Shibatari Q, what's going on? I'm Muffin Much. Oh my god, I walked right into that. Muffin Much. How about you? That's good. That's good. Well, let me tell you from the start. Let me give you a play-by-play. I will. I'll tell you. So this morning starts, and I'm trying to do what I do, which is, greet you guys, say, "Hey, good morning, rise and grind. Cheers." Right? Here's the coffee. And as I'm doing that, I'm logging in. I got my hand on the mug and my hand off the keyboard. And what do I see? I see a little gnome running by. I see the red name, an in-range player. So I hit the little 2-button combo over here. Target, harm touch, blap, one-shotted. One-shotted some guy with the coffee in my hand. You know what I mean? It wasn't even anything serious. It was great. The most uh tubular, radical, bodacious cowabunga morning. It was no murder. I couldn't help it. I've been playing a little Fight Quest demo. I got gnome battering is a ready action. You know what I mean? Trolls will be trolls. It's so true. It's so true. But it's nothing personal. We're just EverQuest enjoyers enjoying EverQuest. We will fight again. No mercy, and of course that no got a silent G. We had a Gnome-tacular Gnome Fest muffin chat. You might have liked this. It was every okay. Let me tell you my schedule. I don't know you. I'm happy to meet you. I said first time chatter, so I'm just gonna talk to you like you're brand new here, right? Hi, I'm Chewy. I used to play EverQuest, a little bit here and there. I'm back, baby. For like 3 years now, I'm back, fresh, on Red 99, doing my thing. I don't have my old account, but I'm better than ever. Right, still harm touching, still doing the troll thing, and at the top of my game. Like I said, I'm better than ever. So that being said, every Thursday morning, like today, I like to get up early, build the foundation, set the scene, get immersed. It's called the rise and grind, right? I get caffeinated, and I get a little pixels in me. And then that way, when I go face the real world, I'm already a champion. I've already conquered Norath. You know what I mean? Earth is no match. That's Thursday morning every week, like clockwork. 8 a.m. is when we end, right? 6 a.m. is when we start. East Coast USA time. But the big one I want to tell you about, Sunday, Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025. Again, 6 a.m., but this one goes for a full shift. This is like 7 hours long of EverQuest every weekend, every Sunday. So, now that you know that, when I tell you one of the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025 was actually the Gnome-tacular Gnome Fest 2025. Now you know what I'm talking about, right? I got to set the scene first, give you a little context. Right now that you got the context, that's what we do. It's how we do it. The dude knows. The dude was here. Gnome-tacular Gnome Festing it up with us. People still play on red. Only the strong survive, Muffin Chat. So yeah, I still play on red. You know? Hell yeah. There's people. There's dozens of us. I'd go so far to say there's dozens, We're here. Once you get bit by the PvP bug, there's no going back. I used to play on Zev. I used to play on Moral Thule. I used to play on P99, what you now call Blue, once upon a time. It was just called P99 back then. They didn't have different servers, right? P99 Red was my first taste. It was the beta server, and it was about 15 years ago, and it was amazing. It was changed my life. Changed my life for the better. 5 people on right now. Hey, sun's not even up yet, Muffin Chat, so we're just getting started over here. And I'll tell you what, there would be more if they were able. You know what I mean? It's like I said, only the strong survive. Some of these players are not, offline because they want to be. They've been forced into hiding or whatever. It is what it is. We're just having fun though. Nothing personal. It's there'd be 6 players if you weren't working. Exactly. You know, it's not everybody's choice to stay off. Sometimes these things just happen. Anyway, I should have a pop very soon. Don't tell the other guy. Don't tell the guy that I was fighting in the zone. You know, the victor gets the spoils. I want that to be me. Can't look at the negatives. That's true. Good point, Riley. I like that. All right. According to my timer, right, my very sophisticated notepad file that I jotted it down, it was supposed to pop, and it did. You know, why I trust it. It doesn't lie to me. You know, as long as I do the math right, it's all good. I don't need no fancy triggers, log readers, calculators, none of that. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm camping this for the consumables. So this one drops a gate pot, right? Teleports you to Kazakh Thule. That's very good, you know? There's bonus loot right now, confirmed. I killed the other thing, right? We're doing 2 camps right now. The other one drops Golem Metal Wand. I killed one and dropped 2 Golem Metal Wands. So I can't really resist that, you know? I can't. That's too good. Anyway, I gotta update my timer. And let's get back to the other spot. My Harm Touch will be back up soon too. So it's honestly, I'm farming Harm Touch right now. I'm farming my Harm Touch timer. Got to stay online to get it back up. This was, I like to call it anti-chewy legislation, right? Once upon a time when I played on this server, I had a lot of Shadow Knights, right? Still do, but I used to also. And I would do this thing where I would, you know, use a Harm Touch, log off that Shadow Knight, and log on a different Shadow Knight that had Harm Touch up, right? And then while I'm on that Shadow Knight, the Harm Touch for the first one would tick down, right? And I would get it back. And if I had to, I had a 3rd Shadow Knight, I had a 4th Shadow Knight, I had like a whole revolver of Shadow Knights. I was a Harm Touch revolver. And they had to patch it. They said, you know what? Harm Touch doesn't come back up when you're offline anymore. You have to be on that character. That's not classic. And it was very specifically targeting me, obviously. And even after I stopped playing, they kept it like that. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Do the camp in the Elfay, the one that turns you into a tree, and then use foliage powers to ambush people. That'd be awesome. Hey, not Seawall, what's going on? How you doing? I was telling them about you know, how we do it over here. We got to do it like this. We got to get the wands. We got to stay ready. There's no recharging. There's no, you know. Either you go get a golem wand or you don't. And I'm not gonna be without. They're not gonna catch me lacking. The Carnor's Castle special, hell yeah. That's funny. KC is such a cool spot. I love how much action will happen in like kind of that dead zone above, you know? Like on a blue server, nobody needs to go up there. On the red server, that's where everybody's at. Rogues, Warriors, Shadow Knights all camped in the zone in, recharging Harm Touches and discs. Hell yeah. Dude boy, Orc boy, what's going on? How you doing? We're just getting started over here. I got let's see. I got a few. Actually, I got a decent amount of time till the next pop. Decent amount of time, so we're kicking back. Honestly, I should work on swimming. Goblin's trying to gatekeep enjoyment of EverQuest. He thinks only PvP players know how to enjoy it. Listen, everybody enjoys it a little different. Everybody enjoys it a little different. Dude Boy Orc Boy is an orc through and through. You know, he's gonna speak the orc language. We're all EverQuest enjoyers, enjoying EverQuest. I would love to play side by side fighting the good fight with Dude Boy Orc Boy. I'm thinking maybe, you know, if there's ever a new opportunity, a new server, I'm hoping Dude Boy Orc Boy will consider it, you know? We could try it out. Here's the hard part though, right? If you taste that red server life, you taste that EQ PvP life, I'm not gonna guarantee that you'll be able to go back to the blue life. You know what I mean? You might end up like the rest of us. It's like what's it's a word that's like sickness, but like not sickness. It's like a disease, you know? You want it, right? You want this. You want this red disease. Your favorite PvP is passive aggressive chat battles with people trying to take your camps. Hey, Muffin Chat, if you're into that sort of thing, I'm sure you've got plenty of places to get into that. Not Seawall, I'm with you on that. All PvP or nothing, right? These instance PvP zones, I think are just gonna. Hey, let's use the 2025 word of the year, right? They're just gonna rage bait me, right? Because I want satisfaction. I demand satisfaction, in fact. You know what I mean? And I feel like somebody's zoning out to the, you know, touching base, going back to the safe zone and being like, nah, 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 nah. That wouldn't satisfy me. You know? That would just, if anything, upset me. Let's see. Yeah, not Seawall. Definitely link up with Goblin on this. I'm excited for what's on the horizon. There's still hush hush, I guess. You know? Rumor, rumor, whisper, whisper. We're out here. I got about a half hour left. In this half hour, I would love to loot another couple wands, maybe a couple gate pots. Yeah, yeah, you could get the info from my Discord for sure. It's called the Swamp. Come on down, water's fine. Happy to be the exclusive location for all that new server info. You know, the hushed rumors, whispers, and you know, it's intriguing. Testing in like 2 weeks. I can't wait. That's still 2025. You know. Muffin Chat, you'd be so good at red, you'd make a gnome rogue, but get that rogue to look like a wizard. Attack, you think they're killing a wizard, then you put your BP on and be like, haha, I got you, you're killing a rogue instead, and then die. That would throw them for a loop. They might lose sleep over that one. Eminem ain't EQ, says Goblin. I think that's a good thing, right? If Eminem was EQ, they'd be getting hit with that lawsuit like THJ, right? That's too custom. You got to. They did it right. You transcend. You can't limit yourself to EverQuest. Don't call it EverQuest. Don't use EverQuest characters. Don't use EverQuest zones. Make your own thing, and you transcend, and you escape the boot on the throat of creativity that is Daybreak these days. And listen, I'm not saying I blame them. If I was an IP holder, I would probably, you know, spend time protecting my IP. You know, that's just business. That's just the way it goes. They got to do what they got to do. But I mean, to say that it doesn't stifle the creativity that was happening would be wrong. Goblin's not giving the Eminem a shot. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. When they add trolls, when things are a little more polished, I'm ready to try it out. You know, if I have to spend money, I want it to be polished. I definitely don't want some Pantheon situation or whatever where it's a big pile of shit. No offense, no offense. I had a little bit of fun in Pantheon, but to act like it wasn't, you know, unfinished shit. SK there's crazy, hell yeah. Love a good SK. Like a muffin puffing up in the oven. You're right, muffin chat. That's a great analogy. I never thought of it like that. I don't know why I never thought about it like that. Eminem is just like a muffin puffing up in the oven because they're starting their own thing, take as far as they want, run it how they want. Exactly. They don't have that boot, the boot of copyright law, you know, the boot of reality. The reality is we're in a post THJ world, right? Maybe a few months ago, or maybe earlier 2025 or whatever, we could talk about like, oh, this custom change would be great. That custom change would be great. Oh, imagine if they redid this, or what would EverQuest be like if that? No, no, no. We're done with that. We're done with that line of thought. There's no more what if EverQuests. If you take your what if and call it freaking something else, you know? That's it. That's it. Straight up. No more Nagafin. You know, if you're not a passion project emulating how EverQuest used to be, they don't, you know, they're not going to accept your work anymore, unfortunately. IGT, you grind this, huh? I grind this too. Rise and grind. Most Chad move would be P99 releasing a fresh around Q1 despite Eminem release. That would be a Chad move. I think P99 releasing anything anytime would be super duper Chad. Giga Chad, Mega Chad, you know? I would love that. Rogan does a lot. Not going to happen. We've been saying white bread for 13 years. Yeah, at least. I swear, some of us were saying it like even more. Um, remember the Wipe It Clean committee? Who was in the Wipe It Clean committee? It was like I remember the Smeedy video. I'm trying to think. It was like Rex. It was Seawall. Were you in the Wipe It Clean committee? Lefdar, Knuckle, yeah. Lasher. There you go. Thank you. Small Me just nuked me. Classic shit. You weren't playing at the time. Um, oh yeah, that video came from Drugbox, right? I saw it in the Red 99 context, but it was a repost by the time I saw it. But the sentiment was the same. Wipe it clean, you know. We gotta wipe this one clean. This is coming from somebody with you know, several stacked accounts. Like I don't want it. I don't you know. I would trade it all in for the the chance for a fresh crack staff. You know what I mean? Don't even got to give me the crack staff. Make me fight for that crack staff. That's what I want. Yeah, 09 to 010. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. That's the crazy thing. I don't have it with me right now, but I have this notepad, this big notepad where I'll, you know, draw some diagrams sometime. Visual aids, right? I drew a visual aid that was a timeline of EverQuest, right? From 99 through I think I probably did it in 2024. That's how long I've been yapping about this type of shit here on Twitch. But you know, it was a timeline, and on that timeline, I would put the various things kind of to scale the best I could. And it's kind of crazy to see how, you know, once upon a time on P99, we looked back and been like, classic EverQuest was great, you know, here we are reliving that all these years later. You know what I mean? That's like this much time. How much time we have from Red launching till now is like more time. You know what I mean? Like we've been looking back on old Red longer than P99 looked back on old EverQuest when it happened. You know what I mean? It's easy. That's why I had a visual aid. It's easier to see it than to understand it when I'm saying it, I think. But it was like crazy. EQ is all about trying to recreate that magical feeling, getting a cracked staff at level 1, right? That's why they call it chasing the dragon. The dragon is Nagafin, you know? That is the dragon. Why it's named that. Every time you hear Knuckle, you just see the wheelchair. That's funny. I remember fighting Knuckle on this server once upon a time. A few times upon a time. Listen, I don't participate in Forum Quest anymore, right? I'm fully retired from Forum Quest still. But I did see the forums. I seen fucking Sector was posting the other day. That was a name I haven't seen in a while. Remember that guy? Oh, that was funny. It almost got me to log into the forums and talk some shit. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. It almost got me out of retirement. Remember Light? Yeah. Unfortunately I do. I do, Goblin. And Heartbrand. Hey, Heartbrand might still be around. Somebody saw a check raise on green. You know? I wouldn't be surprised, you know? Always seemed more like the server for him anyway. HB's around, you don't think he's playing EQ though? Yeah. We had our differences. Let's just leave it at that. 50s. Alright, I got my timer set. We got a couple more pops before the end of the stream. Arm Touch is back up, so anybody who was sitting and waiting and plotting and planning, you missed your opportunity. Arm Touch was down for 72 whole minutes. You had your chance. You had your chance. Someone has your name on Quarm. Wow. I mean, okay, to be fair, your name is very desirable, right? I was trying to get your name without even knowing it was your name, you know? The best I could do was a slight typo version, you know what I mean? It's a pretty cool name. It was just like it must have been this time of year a few years ago, because the reason I got the name Gob Iln, right, was because I wanted the name Goblin Mode, right? Because Goblin Mode was the word of the year, whatever year that was. And I was like, hell yeah, Goblin Mode, that'd be great. Of course, the name Goblin's taken, right? So I was like, let me do Gob Iln. And then you popped in my chat and you were like, what the fuck? Got my. I was like, whoa. I didn't mean anything by it, Mr. Actual Goblin. That's any game trying to get Goblin, yeah, good luck with that. I know, right? But yeah, that was honestly that was my true inspiration. I wanted the word of the year, Goblin Mode. Best I could do is Gob Iln Mode, which, you know, with the EQ font does look a little bit, does look a little kind of bit like it. Anyway, I'm just taking a little splash out here. I don't know for what. Just kind of wanted to make sure nobody was out here patrolling Goblin Mode. I got Gremlin. I got the name Gremlin. I haven't used it yet. I just have it on a level 1 to save it. Which R.I.P. the DMX. But it was like his old manager or something called him a Gremlin. You remember this? Like at his like in his obituary or something. It's like kind of messed up. You're gonna call someone a Gremlin? It's an awesome word that I've never heard before. Like gremlin, but with a B. Gremlin. But like I think that's a little rude, you know? But I immediately ran to character select to get the name Gremlin before anybody else, any other DMX fans had to snag that one. Gremlin. So we splashed around out in the Fira just to make sure nobody's coming. It looks safe. It looks secure, right? Totally a good time to let our guard down, you know? Nobody's coming. Nobody wants these drops. You know? This is just the PvP server. Nobody needs dispels or gates or anything like that. No, no, no. We're safe. We're fine. There's the swimming skill up, finally. +1. Couple minutes early over here, but better than being a couple minutes late, in my humble opinion. My own Susan Biz. Good thing I didn't take an extra step. I might have got freaking hit right there. Anyways, we are in fact just getting started over here. It's 7:40 a.m. on a Thursday morning. So you already know. You already know what time it is. We're about 100 minutes deep into the rise and grind, you know? I'm feeling caffeinated. I'm feeling energized, rejuvenated. A lot of words to describe how I'm feeling. And I think the biggest one gonna be that I word. You know what it is. I'm immersed, right? If you're not immersed in the world of Norath when you're playing EverQuest, you're doing it wrong. You got to get immersed. You're gonna enjoy it a whole lot more. My first suggestion to you: you want to get immersed. You got to get in the swamp. You got to splash around. You know, feel the muck. You start to. Next thing you know, you're speaking troll. Next thing you know, you're hanging with the Froglocks, and before long, you're a certified champion. I'm gonna pop the link in the chat one more time. The swamp is what we call the Discord. It's not just the zone in EverQuest. Either one will get you immersed. Dive on in, you know? Anytime. Consider your personal invitation. We got 2 more minutes till the pop over here. Is that enough time to get my mana back? Let's find out. Having to meditate a bubble and a half on a caster? That's a daunting task. Having to meditate a bubble and a half on a hybrid? Now you're talking. Now you're speaking my language. I could do that. Provided that hybrid is not a bard. Medding a bubble and a half on a bard? That's like cruel and unusual. Let's see what we see here in about, 1 minute thereabouts. If it's the placeholder, I'm going to leave it up because, between me and you, nobody knows this, but I don't have time to kill the repop, right? I have time to kill this pop if it's the named, but I'm not going to kill the placeholder just to, prime the camp for the next guy. No, no, no. Planning ahead. Plotting and planning. The dude just says torture. What about it? Okay, so there's the placeholder. We're going to leave that one. We're going to leave that one alone. No gate pots this morning. So it is what it is. Get back to the stinking alligator caves. Could you imagine how bad this greenish water. This is the sewers, right? That's what this part of the zone is called. We're in the sewers. It's like, how bad do you think this smells? Look at it. It's creeping up the walls. It's like leaving a film. It's like just. This is the kind of stuff that you will start to think about if you get immersed. You know what I mean? If you ain't thinking like this, you're probably looking at your maps too much. I suggest close the map, take in the surroundings. You know what I mean? That's what I think. It looks like your bathroom, Muffin Chat. So, what do you think? Do you think it smells like your bathroom? I think it might. Honestly, it might. Lizard poop is green. It could be. And
Bertie007 subscribed to your channel for 1 month.
Hey, Verdi007, thank you so much. Hey, listen, with your support, we're gonna make this the best stream in the EverQuest PvP sphere, right? That's my goal. We're gonna take it to the top, right? I'm the #1 EverQuest PvPer on TikTok. Well, let's not stop there. Let's keep it going. Seems so from the color of the water, yeah. So this is what I was getting at before too. I feel like you hear the word alligator pond, and it invokes a certain smell, right? It's not going to smell pretty. What about an alligator cave? I feel like this is going to be even worse. This would be like dangerous. Like I don't think underwater is the only spot where you would have a breath meter that was running out. I think you would be freaking cooked if you spent too much time in this in the Jenkem caves over here. You know what I mean? Like this is a little much. But hey, you got to do what you got to do in the name of you know, EverQuest PvP consumables. Speaking of which, we got so much time until this thing pops. Like I'm over here too ready. Too ready. Oh, I sat. I was smart. Really smart. See if I can shake these. I could probably shake them. Probably. Sitting near the gators. It's not smart. But I guess it does give me something to do for a few minutes because we are waiting a little bit. It's worth the wait though. The pop that we're waiting for, Steel Golem, that can drop Golem Metal Wand. Not only that, we got bonus loot. I killed one that dropped 2 wands this morning. It's already happened. We got yellow text this morning. Slayed another player right here in this cave. It was great. Good times. It's been a little boring since, but that's just my opinion. Can you recharge wands? Not on this server. For some reason, blue and green, yes. Red, no. I don't know why. I'm not sure why we're picking and choosing who gets classic EverQuest and who gets custom EverQuest. I'm not sure. This was a decision they made a very long time ago. I would okay. Here's my opinion. Listen to the Chewy take. Nobody asked, okay? Nobody asked for this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. They changed recharge when Lovely was done recharging. That's what they did. You remember Lovely? Remember this? That's when they changed recharge. When Lovely had everything, you know, all the charging that needed to be done was done. Shut it off, right? There was a lot of changes like that in this game, on this server. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me there wasn't you know, an inside source for some of these changes. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the zone-in ghost on Red 99 only is an accident either. Do I know? Oh, of course I got one. Come on. You got to keep your friends close and keep your ops closer. Yeah. And Goblin, does it stop me from saying anything? No. I tell it how it is. I will always tell it how it is. You know, you will get Chewy's opinion straight from Chewy's mouth if you come to the Chewy stream. And you know, not everybody's gonna like that. It's just you know, I was here. I was living it. Goblin, I'm just gonna put it at this. It takes a village. It takes a village. One person can't do everything that was done. It takes a lot of cooperation from the inside. It takes collaboration. It takes you know, it takes a lot. There was some definite shadiness going on. you know, I'm here saying it. I'm saying it with my chest. You know what I mean? I stand by this. You not clock me standing on business? Anyway. Let's see, we gotta pop here very soon. Very soon. Got 6 minutes. Don't tell the other guy the timer, okay? Between me and you, we got 6 minutes. Nobody else knows that, right? They would have to be here to know that. Nobody's been here. I made sure of that. Even a tight lock on the zone. Locking it up. Anyways, we're just getting started over here. We got enough time to kill a golem, right? Golem spawns, we're killing it. If it's not the golem, we're gonna wave goodbye to the lizard placeholder. Seawall picked evil side. Ooh, this is good. You know, you don't want me and Seawall on the same team. It's gonna be too stacked. You know, gotta you gotta keep us separated. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good shit. I can't wait. All right, I want another swimming skill up. I'm not gonna sit still for this. Cruise around. A couple circles, maybe a figure 8. You know, what's your best way to get a swimming skill up? You got a secret method? I like to strafe. I like to run along the top of the water. I like to dive in and out. You know what I mean? Strafe, dive in and out. That's how you get the skill ups. I don't think it matters. I really don't, but you gotta entertain yourself somehow. That's how I'm entertaining myself right now. What else? What else? I seen I was watching Moist Critical play a game the other night. Actually, I was watching it last night. What was it called? It's called like Get Yoked. And it's like a roguelike deck builder. And it looks extremely silly. The point is you're in like a bodybuilding competition. And you have turns to use your cards to like work out different muscle groups. You have stamina, which would be like your mana or whatever, your energy to play cards. You have fatigue, which is kind of like your the muscle groups, almost like HP bar. If you overdo it, you injure that muscle group. And then you have your gains, and your gains are like your points. You have your goal. You want to get your gains over a certain amount to win the competition. So it's just resource management, deck building. So, but here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. It looks so silly. It looks so over the top because you're working out these muscle groups and getting gains on them or whatever. So they make that muscle bigger. And if you work out, you know, like Moist Critical was playing, his chest was getting bigger and bigger. He was like this just chest with tiny head, like little arms popping out. It was very funny. Very funny. Like, I think that sets it over the top. You know, just another deck builder might you know, slide by without getting a second look from me. But this one, I was instantly intrigued just by how, one, it looked fun, and two, it looked extremely silly. So, you know, not to just, you know, I'm always just doing what I see him do. It's just because he's playing fun looking games that I want to play. You know, if he plays something that didn't look fun, I wouldn't play it. So it's a demo. I can see it's a demo, so it's another one of those. It's the best time to try something, right? Try it while it's free. That way, if it's not fun, you didn't pay anything. Anyways, I'm at 170 swimming. Thank God. Plus 2 skill ups today. Got big gains. +2 wands, +2 skill ups, +1 kill. Right? Got a nice yellow text right in the beginning of the stream. I will post the clip of it later, you know? Just because it was silly. I think it was the most rise and grind. You say Fearopolis Insular is top tier. Hell yeah. Agok's pretty cool. I like Grob personally, you know, but I think that's why you're always gonna see me and Seawall clashing like that, right? Because we're gonna start somewhere else and run into each other, you know? That's fun. That's classic, you know? It's nothing personal. We're just EverQuest enjoyers enjoying EverQuest. If we were all on the same team, it wouldn't be PvP. It would be a blue server, you know? Gnome Bone Knight, get tanky. Hell yeah. I wish we could do Gnome Shadow Knight. I'd totally do it. I made a Gnome Warrior for the Gnome-tacular Gnome Fest 2025. I should bust him back out. I think he's like level 45 now. Low level Innifuel Swamp Brawl is peak EverQuest. This is so true. I had a blast doing it on ROZ or ROT. What, I always forget the name of it. That one drug box. We had a huge swamp brawl going on in there. The whole server was in there for a little bit. It felt like, well, no, it just feels like the whole server when you're there. But then when the halflings invade, then you know it was not the whole server. Yeah, that was ROZ. That was so much fun, honestly. The first couple days of that were like some of the most fun I've had. Every new server is always gonna have that new server smell. That was your halfling invading. Yeah, you were with Chilogan, right? That was before I met Chilogan. We ended up, you know, chatting it up on Twitch a long time later. You're not sure who that is? I think he was playing I think I remember you and him coming in the swamp. And I think we you know, I think you might have got the kill on me, either you or him. You're playing with a handful of dentists, and I'm pretty sure he was there. I gotta ask him. I think he's sleeping right now. And your friend who never PvP'd on EQ before? Nice. I think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't him. I could have sworn. Like I said, it was before I knew him, though, so I was just kind of like, assuming. But anyway, yeah, I remember finding out the hard way that you guys had some pretty powerful, like, runny eye technology going on. We didn't have that kind of tech in the swamp. I'm getting freaking pinged down by some arrows. The force of which I could have never imagined. And yeah, it was probably those bastard swords too, right? The babs. I think I seen some babs coming out of there. You played for like 42 hours straight. Oh my god, yeah. I did not. I probably played for a good shift, and then I went to sleep, and I came back lacking. And it was an uphill battle from then on, and that's classic. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes EverQuest great, because it kind of allows for that Fippy Darkpaw spirit to shine through, right? Like skill in EverQuest will take you far, right? A good EverQuest player is going to thrive, is going to get a lot done. Yes. But you know what's going to beat skill? Determination every time, you know? Maybe not like zoomed in, but you zoom out, you start looking at a more macro scale, determination shines through, you know? Putting in a longer shift gives you an edge. Just trying and trying again gives you an edge. I love that. You know, not all games will do that for you. You know what I mean? The grind gets disrespected in some of these games, you know? They're too willing to let people catch up. They don't want that snowball effect, whatever, what have you. I do, right? That's more realistic. That's more immersive. You know? Real life ain't fair. So I think EverQuest being unfair helps make it more real. Solid 12-hour session, killing every goblin, running eye basement, your max ally in Rivervale, and troll beast lord by the time you're done. Oh, hell yeah. That was really, I had a lot of fun. I'm not going to speak on anybody else's experiences other than I'm not sure all my pals enjoyed it as much as I did. I definitely had a great time. on that server when it lasted, you know. It fizzled out, of course. They all do. But while it was going, it was fun. And then the next one came out and it was just like I called it pay to win. Because of that, I didn't play it. And so I will fully admit I missed out on some experiences that would have been fun. But I didn't want to platform that as far as, playing it on stream is almost like approving, right? I didn't want to approve that. I didn't like the pay to win. I thought that was very bad. But now, in the post THJ world, I don't think I need to worry about that no more, right? Next drug box is going to be, free to play fully, I would assume, right? And they don't want to get freaking slapped down by the Daybreak, the long arm of the Daybreak law. Anyways, I had a blast today. It's 8 a.m. You know what time it is. I got to get going. I got a jet. I got super immersed this morning, and it was great to, reconnect with old pal Seawall. It's always great to talk to Goblin, the dude, Ryohan, Muffin Chat. It was great meeting you. I hope to see you again in the chat. Verdi007, thank you again for that subscription this morning. Anybody who's ever subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I want to take this stream to the next level. And just to give you a little status update, right? We got the new background. I bought a new green screen. It's better than my old green screen, right? My old green screen was like a greenish wall, right? And it worked. It worked, but now we're better, right? I think I got a little more humanly color to me. You know what I mean? It's not like I was a little like grayscale before. I feel like I didn't notice until getting this upgrade. Right? We got the upgrade going on. Maybe the next upgrade. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I would like to do like some sort of cat cam, right? Ishiwatari EQ. Shout out to Ishiwatari EQ. He suggested, I guess, some sort of cat cam going on because I got a couple cute cats that I love to share the screen with. So that's my next goal. That's my next goal. With that being said, who's streaming EverQuest this morning? Let's go enjoy it. I'd love to finish the stream strong with a little raid. Share the love. This was one thing the Twitch Wrapped I was very proud of. They showed me. They show everybody the end of the year stuff. If you can't find it, it's in your app somewhere there. December. It's December now. They show us this stuff. Anyway, one of the stats they showed me was that I had raided other channels like I don't remember how many times. It was probably the same number of times as I've had streams this year. I'm proud of that, We're doing it big. Let's go raid Dude Boy Orc Boy, all right? Dude Boy Orc Boy puts on a great show. He's not playing on the PvP server. He's playing, just don't hold it against him. He's an enjoying EverQuest enjoyer, you know what I mean? There's no wrong way to enjoy EverQuest. So, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you again Sunday, Swamptacular Splash Fest, and we're going to do it big, okay? If you enjoyed this, you're going to love Sunday, all right? I got big plans. Big plans. It's going to be the big one. Do I say that every week? I might. But this time, for real, it's going to be the big one, all right? It's got to be because we're doing it big. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace.